So you mentioned Continental Bank. So let's move to the years you spent there. Talk about that a little bit. And was there a major challenge that occurred during your time with the bank?
Well, Continental Bank, reminiscent of what's happening today, Continental Bank was the first large bank that failed. In fact, at the time, it was the third largest bank in the United States. It failed. The federal government, sound familiar, felt that if Continental Bank failed, the entire financial industry would crash internationally. It was that big a thing. So the FDIC basically took it over, owned all of the stock. The stockholders were disenfranchised to the point where the last stockholder meeting that was held actually had a metal detector at the door. The old board was so afraid of what they might do. So I came in with a new team, basically after it failed, the idea being put it back into public hands, build the bank up, and frankly, if we could find it a partner to dance with, find it a partner. And we did. Got all of the stock back into public hands. When I got there, the stock was selling at $2.50, and the federal government owned it. When we left, it was selling at $55, and the public owned it. Not a bad story. So it was an interesting time. Probably the most interesting story out of that was when Tom Theobald called his top staff in, the chairman, and said, every one of you has to buy stock in this bank equal to 4 times your annual salary. You cannot take a loan, no stock options, and if you sell it, you must leave the company. And there are no guarantees the stock will go up or down, but you need to commit yourself to the company. I mortgaged my house, as did others. And as one fellow said as he walked out the door after that, he says, it really does tend to focus your mind. It changed the culture of the bank, because until that day, if you had a great person working for you and some other department wanted them, you'd hold them back. After that day, you'd give them to them. It changed, it blew up the silos in an instant, and obviously has been copied by a lot of companies since then.